Hello there, I'm back with another Alliance War video. We are for play 1 and we are going up against AKIRA here. Now I'm just speeding up this part where I'm boosting. I'm running my path 6 to 7 with Void, Spark, and Blade. And my first fight here is against Cyclops, a red Cyclops, so this guy is really easy. During the off season actually, before realizing what this node looks like with him building up the Furies, I started to build up poise charges and then got killed through a block. So, pro tip, don't do that. Here on the stun immune, I have a Labyrinth Ultron. Now I was ready for this. The Labyrinth Ultron is easier to fight, I think, than the classic or the Age of Ultron because you can expect his evade. So here I am building up poise chargers. It's been well more than 7 seconds, so I can be pretty confident that the next time I try to hit him, when I get a chance to, he might evade. But I'm realizing one thing I've learned from facing Ultron here on this node is that I need to be on the lookout for that heavy attack. I need to practice baiting and evading the heavy. Ultron's not a difficult fight, but that's twice in 3 wars. I've gotten clipped by that, so I'm going to practice that and get that timing down. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. So this alliance, their placement was, I don't know, I was looking at it and wondering, is this somehow brilliant? Like, I don't understand what's happening here. This is an unduped Sabretooth on node 24. Maybe they didn't realize that Sabretooth doesn't have his regen capabilities unless he's duped. Anyway, it's a unduped 6-star Sabretooth here on node 24, which makes for a really easy fight for Void because he really can't do anything. I guess it's easy to get clipped by Sabretooth Special 1 because it does fly at you pretty fast. I'd forgotten right there that it was a 3-part heavy attack, not the 2-part, so I do know that. It is logged in my brain somewhere, but I forgot in that moment. So got hit by the end of the heavy attack, but still, piece of cake. Now, on this mini boss here, I have, I'm looking at it. I even asked people in my BG, like, am I missing something here? Medusa is a rank 3 Medusa, and I'm trying to decide, am I going to do this fight before I go to bed without any boost to try and clear my alliance mates before I go to sleep? And I decided to go for it once I saw that it was a rank 3 Medusa. Now I can stun her, so there's really nothing that's preventing me from just stunning her and then hitting her with heavy attacks. This is a place where Void's 3-part heavy attack is going to come in handy because it's going to help to push her back. It was at this part of the fight where I got a tiny bit worried because the thing that Medusa offers on this node, or the thing that this node offers Medusa, vice versa, is the extended buff duration. So all of her Furies are going to last longer. You can see up there how long it's taking for her Furies to dissipate. So at this point, it occurred to me, oh, well, maybe it's gonna take me a long time to get anywhere because her Furies are taking so long to fall off. But then I realized once the regen hits, once my debuffs are going, there's nothing that's making this fight difficult. It got off to a slow start, as is typical with Void in a lot of fights. But in this case, you know, maybe if there's a rank 5 Medusa here, there's a risk of timing out, even with Void, unless you boost up pretty significantly. But against that rank 3 one, it was no trouble at all. But that was something to look out for in the future. So on this next note, I see that I have Black Panther Civil War. I decided I was going to bring in Blade just to give Blade a little bit of action. Well, I didn't. It took me a second to decide, but I went with Blade. Just because I thought that I could cut through some of the armor with the bleed. And this is a fight where I really suck. I get hit, I clipped by specials. Blades regens, I think, saves me in this fight. I'm gonna look back and see. I don't, spend a lot of time regenning, but it does help me to recover in moments where I am just failing. So the fight gets off to a good start, but of course, since he has this armor up and the note is protecting him pretty significantly, even though I'm off to a fine start, 30 seconds in, I'm killing him. I've got my bleed up. I'm going to stun him accidentally, and at that point, the fight turns. It was one of those cases where I was trying to swipe back, and instead my thumb stuck on the screen and gave me a parry instead. So now I'm backed against the corner here. You saw me get clipped by that special one, and I am holding block to regen a little bit just to try and make it a little bit more sustainable. I missed the timing of punishing the special one there. I got parried again. More regen saves me. Here I'm going to stand back for a second, try and just get a little bit more regen, try and extend this fight a little bit longer. There wasn't really a point where I was afraid I was going to die in this fight, but it is pretty terrible effort from me here. Now on the next note, I actually had a 6-star unduped Sentinel, which was a mildly interesting fight that Void handled, but I didn't record it. On the mini boss, there was a 565 Void, and D-Naps behind me on path 8 had his fully maxed out blade with Ghost Rider, so I let him take the Void mini boss, and I didn't do anything. We lost our 3rd war in a row. A couple of guys actually lost their fights because they got logged out from connection issues, so really sucks. See you next time.